Okay, we are back in it. Same day, although you're not seeing this on the same day the last one was released. And we are getting ready to take off here at Monroe. And I'm kind of back and forth right now on if I want to head direct to Wenatchee or if we should just go down through Portland and then take the Columbia west, kind of do it old style Oregon Trail. Um, and I'm thinking, and this is going to happen 1,000 times on this trip, that we're going to change it up from what I had planned. I mean, we changed up where we were going on the first trip, so you knew this was coming. And I think we're going to go south. We'll just kind of follow Seattle down. We'll go past Rainier. We'll go past Mount Adams and Mount St. Helens and land somewhere around Portland. Now, I'm not sure how far we're going to get today. Sun is going to be dipping, so we'll have to watch out for that. But yeah, I forgot to talk about fuel last time at the end. It was right about here, so we're at like 20 gallons total, and I'm going to stay there at that point, and I think we'll be okay for that. So we're getting ready to take off. Same direction we landed. I haven't seen the wind, but I assume it's about the same or not even as strong. And yeah, we'll take the more scenic route, I think. Although over by Wenatchee is really cool, I think this is going to be better flying up the Columbia. And yeah, I'll show you the map real quick here. So if you remember, we're up here in Monroe, and we're just going to head down here along the mountain range. We'll hop up over here. We may only get to Morton or Toledo or somewhere in this area because Portland is pretty damn far away. But then I think coming up the Columbia will be cool. And it's essentially going to get us to where we want to go anyways. And I think will be a little cooler route. And then we'll be even closer to getting down to Boise. So that is the plan at this moment. And we'll see if that stays the plan. And I can't guarantee it, but we'll give it a shot. So let's go ahead and give it a little bit of gas before I release the brakes, because I'm a bit worried about the trees at the end of the runway. We need to get to about 60. We still got the wind in our face, so that's good. We should be fine. I'm gonna have to pull it up pretty hard here. We'll bank to the right. And we are off, slowly climbing. That is the direction we're going to be heading. So let's just start heading that way. Put the flaps up, start gaining some speed, and then we'll start gaining some altitude. So we probably have an hour or two of sunlight. Right now it's 8:30 in Nebraska, so that would be 6:30 out there. Sun's still up here. It's not going to change much for out there. Quick look at the area. Hop back in and this thing trimmed up a bit. Alright, so we're sitting at around 88 knots, it looks like. Climbing at about 600, 700 feet a minute. That's good. We're going to get bounced around a bit as we cross over this hill. As it's the same day, it's still hot as hell out here. Turn it back a little bit to the south. Probably could have stayed over on the flat bits, but oh well. Forgot to do that again. We're at 1,400 now. And I think we want to get up to about 6,000 on this one. That way we don't have to go too far back to the west. You can kind of, well, you know what? We're going to have to get a little higher than that. We'll climb up to about 8,000. That should be good for a while. Although it'd be nice to go see Seattle. Not really going to be the best way to get to where we're headed. We're getting pushed to the right quite a bit. Should be pushing us to the left, but maybe the winds are a little different up here. Or my flight stick is leaning us off to the right. Doing a decent climb though, at 500 feet a minute now. Almost to 25. We don't need to go up too quick. Let's hop outside real quick and see. We've kind of seen this area already. Seattle's going to be back over here along the coast. Looks like we might be getting back into photogrammetry. You can see the plane just getting bumped around a bit. Alright, so we continue along this. We should get somewhat close to Seattle. We should be able to see some stuff. Not going to be able to pick out certain things, but if you're from the area, you kind of know. Really cool little valley over there. I just think going this route to start off, more scenic. Washington gets a bit ugly when you get to the central and eastern part of it. To 3,400. See Rainier. Much better now that we're up at altitude. And I think we're over... let's see. I think up around this lake is Bellevue. We're over Redmond right now. And I believe it's downtown, maybe the Space Needle, and then I think right there is where the stadium is. Baseball and football stadiums. Climbing up to 4,000 feet. Losing a bit of speed here. Let's go ahead and pull the mixture back. Pause there. Bigger cities, once you get around them, things start to go a little bit skittish as it's loading in all of this data. You can see downtown now. There is their airport, actually quite a bit. Big town there. And I misspoke last time. The Boeing field is over here in Bellevue or around here somewhere, I think. So I just seen the name. Yeah, Boeing field is gonna be down here in that area. And a few more pauses as it's loading up more things. Not the best direction to go, I guess, for that, but I think we'll get up to 5,000, call that good for now, and then climb out a little more as needed. We're going to be in Washington for a while, especially since we're, well, we started way west, and we're taking the longest path through you can. About to level off here. So, Bellevue. This damn thing keeps turning on me hard when I'm not looking. Downtown Seattle. Maybe the stadiums are right around here. I know they were right around the south side of downtown when I went to them. Downtown Bellevue looks like quite large as well. We're at 5,000, so let's level this thing off a bit. gain a little bit of speed and start heading south a little quicker. Don't care if we climb a bit as we go. Just need to gain a bit of speed. Get back up to the 95 that we were doing the whole way over here to Monroe. So we are at, what are we at now? 4.6 hours on the plane. So we've done 1.2 hours now total. And I believe 0.2 or 0.1 right now. I guess the video's been going 15 minutes. Starting to get bounced around just a bit. Really love how cities look in this though. It's so awesome just looking at the interstates, all the roadways, exits, crossovers. I don't know, it's just really interesting. One day maybe the whole world will be this detailed. AI does a good enough job, but maybe in 30 years we'll have at least an entire photogrammetry US. Right now there's not demand to make that because, you know, this photogrammetry is not done for just flight sim. It's done for a whole lot of different reasons, and flight sim benefits from it. There's not the demand to do the middle of Nebraska for absolutely no reason. But I would like it if they did. Alright, we just crossed over 5,500. See if we can get a bit more. I don't know how far. I'm trying to listen to the engine note. Pull the throttle back just a bit, just to get it off the red line there on the RPMs. And that should level us out. And big frame drop there. See the mountain over there. Not too close to it, but it still looks massive. And once we get away from Seattle, things might start smoothing out. I'm sure you're not seeing as many issues as I am, but it's definitely getting choppy on the frames. So I believe that is Boeing Field right there. And lots of foothills and mountains around. Start seeing some other bigger things coming in to view once we get up beside Rainier. Rainier. I'm not 100% sure how to say it, so I'm going to just screw it up over and over. They both sound alright, but I'm saying it like linear. We'll look it up. Rainier. is just massive. Alright, we are past Seattle, and we are going to continue heading south. That is the international. We're making pretty good progress, I think. Thought it was going to take us a bit longer to get. I mean, there's still a lot of the whole metro area to go, but we're getting south. Leveled off now at about 5,700. Speed is just over 90, and probably need to not push it too hard, just so we don't burn through too much fuel. Keep an eye on that. Haven't used up too much on the climb, so that's good. Now, I would have AI on real world traffic, and then put the radio on to the center and all of that, but it sometimes gets in a fight with itself, and there's a lot of weird issues with it where it constantly tells the plane to drop in altitude, but since it's a real plane, it's obviously not going to listen to, well, it doesn't even hear what the AI is asking for. You know what? We can turn it on. Add something to this. Let's real quick do that. Sorry. We'll get a little real world traffic going. Might have to turn off some stuff. Real time online, don't show nameplates, and apply. Now this could just completely kill the game. I hope not. And let's tune to Seattle approach and see if we hear anything. We're not going to talk to them. I gotta fix something real quick. Okay. It's going to be difficult to spot any planes. But we might hear some communicating and be able to figure out where they're at. Let's do this. I don't know what this means.
Bravo Oscar November 5 is type Cessna 152.5 miles north of Sierra 5,700 feet. Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace. Cessna Kilo November Echo Echo Bravo Oscar November 5 approach. Squawk 0000. Squawk 0000 Cessna Oscar November 5. Cessna Oscar November 5 radar contact 4 miles northeast of Sierra 5,800 feet. Cleared through the Bravo airspace. Maintain no navigation. Cleared through the Bravo airspace Cessna Oscar November 5.
Alright, there you go. We've done a thing. But apparently, I don't know if turning AI traffic on in the middle of a flight even works. You'd think there would be a little communication from others. And I won't ever do the whole VAT sim or anything like that. That's too much. I know people like to do that, but I am not that into simulating it. I do this to look around and enjoy the scenery, essentially. So let's figure out where we're at now. We got this crazy little lake. So I'm assuming we are at Auburn. We're right around there. A little horse track down there. Seems like a really tight horse track. I have no idea what this is. The railroad? Must be. Alright, so you can see we got some mountains in front of us. And I think, what is that other one called? Rainier, and then Mount Adams is popping up just behind it. And I think St. Helens might be that right there. So right there, I think, is Mount Adams. Rainier is just getting massive in our sights.
Oscar November 5, contact Seattle approach on 126.5. 126.5 for Cessna Oscar November 5. Seattle approach Cessna Kilo November Echo Echo Bravo Oscar November 5, 5,800 feet. Cessna Kilo November Echo Echo Bravo Oscar November 5 Seattle approach altimeter 29.69er continuous planned.
Oops, didn't want that. Thought I was gonna have to acknowledge it and just hit something. Let's make sure that we got the altimeter correct. It's moved us a bit. Maybe let's, sorry, no, this is breaking the whole immersion, but real-time online, and let's just put that on for now. See if we can see any that are actually out there. Because I don't think it's actually working. But I'll leave it on, and maybe at the start of next leg, we'll actually have some real traffic. A whole bunch of people live on this lake, apparently, and all the little islands in it. Alright, we're getting close to half fuel. But we started out at 3/4 of a tank, so not too terrible on fuel usage for as far as we've gotten, which is almost to Rainier. back at where we came from. International's all the way back there already. We've almost cleared the whole little bay area. Is that what you want to call it? A little quarry down there. See the elevation difference. And looks like we're almost out of photogrammetry area. It's kind of going off that way where the city heads, and then we're getting into more AI area around here. Almost up to 6,000. And we definitely do not have any traffic going on, so must not be something that can be turned on in flight. It's crazy though, we're at 6,000 feet and that goes up to 14,400, which the very highest this plane can fly is 14,700. So we would barely be able to get up over that. And we're kind of heading out to the wilderness now. Straight ahead of us should be, looking at this right, Mount St. Helens. So it might be that over there. Might be a, yeah, because we're a little left of where that lake was. But we're definitely going to see it. I want to see what it looks like. It's a unique volcano with the side blown off of it. Just such an awesome landscape. And if we fly long enough, we might see some sunset, but let's take a look and see where the sun is. It might go down. Definitely not going to be doing any flying at night, because we are navigating off of the ground and trying to figure out the lights of towns, especially in an area that you're unfamiliar with, is nearly impossible. So I think the next town we're going to cross over is Eatonville, which is going to be the next slightly larger town. I think we're right at the end of this town, South Prairie, Puyallup, maybe? Puyallup? I don't know. That's definitely St. Helens there. So local time, it's 7 o'clock. I forgot that this has a clock in it. We've been flying for how long now? 35 minutes. It hasn't felt like that long. We'll practice track, training track down there for horses. Those golf courses and school bus yards are some of the easiest things to spot from the air. Let's see if we can find the school bus yard. I think we're a little too high for that. Not enough town around us. Alright, so the lake just ahead should be an airport that we are nearing. Should be on a road that goes to the lake. Is it that airport? No, that's not. Gotta be something else up here. If it's a grass field, it's a private airfield, so it might be grass. I am not seeing it. I'm not going to concern myself with it. Hop back in, make sure we're still pointing south. Went a little bit to the east. Which, if you're flying to Miami, you might want to do, but we're taking our damn time heading east. Start getting the foothills there. Actually, quite large transition up. Got to make sure that we can clear all this at 6,000. Looks like we should be fine up until, well, we should be fine all the way through this. There's going to be some.
Seattle approach SkyWest 2246 is at 10,100 feet, descending 5,000 feet.
Got a SkyWest out there somewhere.
SkyWest 3246 Seattle approach altimeter 29.74 continues to regain as planned.
I don't know when nameplates show up. I think we won't be close enough ever to any of the airlines that are on here. But at least it's working. We heard it. They don't have, I don't think they have the full true air traffic, so I would assume Seattle approach to be a little busier than one plane in the 30 minutes that we've been flying. So, what we're going to see when we get to St. Helens is, I want to see, I think we're approaching from the good side too, the blown out side. And we'll be flying over the debris area for the landslide, Spirit Lake. I don't even know how much that's recovered, or if it's still going to be covered in wood. I don't know how it would handle that. And I think once we get past St. Helens, maybe then... Well, I mean, at that point, you're nearly to Portland, but might be running out of daylight. There's not a whole lot of good areas to go to there, so... Let's see how far we actually are. Alright, have we actually came... No, not quite side by side with it yet. And once we get side by side with it, we'll be well past halfway. We are going to start getting tossed around though, because these mountains ahead of us are 4,000. Now there should be a little mountain pass. I'm not sure if we're going to see that or not. It might be too far to the west. There might be a wind farm that we can pick out, but it's kind of at the tail of this range. So I believe what we're seeing right in front of us, this little town, is Eatonville. And that's going to put Alder Lake right there. And then there should be just a little valley that cuts through from right there. And we're not going to go to that, I don't think. That's just going to extend our flight too much, going out of the way like that. So we're just going to go straight up over these. We've got 2,000 feet in hand. It's going to get bumpy. We are still doing good on fuel. We are finally even with Rainier. Just before Mount St. Helens and just over this mountain range, we do have Morton, Washington, that has an airport that we can land at. So if I decide to bail out, we can do that. Otherwise, going for a bit. I mean, I want to fly close to St. Helens. So we just gotta stay over that. Now, there is a private airfield for Mount St. Helens that's on the opposite side, but no way in hell I'm gonna be able to find that. But if we do spot it, I might just land there. It's all up in the air. We have no idea what we're doing. So is that St. Helens over there? It is. Am I getting myself turned? I am. Don't want to get too far away from it. It's 8,300 feet. We're just going to keep it right there in view. We are now heading over, what did I say? Alder Lake. Luckily, we got a nice clear day. That's going to factor into when I fly as well. Definitely don't want to just get above clouds and fly and not see anything. Alright, it's about to start getting choppy as we get into the mountains again. So what was it, 83 or 82 when Mount St. Helens blew? Time to go to Wiki.
Cessna Oscar November 5 Bureau, leaving my airspace radar service, terminated, squawk 1200. Frequency change, approved.
Squawk 1200. Frequency change approved. Cessna Oscar November 5.
We'll do a flight following.
Seattle Center Cessna Kilo November Echo Echo Bravo Oscar November 5 is type Cessna 152 8 miles southwest of 2 Whiskey Tree 6,300 feet. Request flight following.
Cessna Kilo November Echo Echo Bravo Oscar November 5 Seattle Center. Squawk 2261.
Squawk 2261 Cessna Oscar November 5.
Alright.
Cessna Oscar November 5 radar contact, 8 miles southwest of 2 Whiskey Tree, 6,300 feet. Altimeter 29.72.
Change that real quick.
Roger Cessna Oscar November 5.
Cessna Oscar November 5 contact Seattle Center on 124.2.
Instantly get handed off.
124.2 for Cessna Oscar November 5. Seattle Center Cessna Kilo
All right,
November
getting
Echo
bounced.
Echo Bravo Oscar November 5 6,300 feet.
Cessna Kilo November Echo Echo Bravo Oscar November 5 Seattle Center altimeter 29.72 continue as planned.
Oh, we have no plan. That's okay, you don't need to know that. So, 80. Yeah. 1980 is the major eruption. And then kept having activity until 2008 and has not done anything since. But it kind of used to look just like that over there, or that over there. And now it looks like that. It's getting rough. I don't think any of these, I think these are just regular old mountains. You're headed directly to it right now. Maybe a bit too much turn. Alright, so we are now over these. We're gonna have Rifle Lake, which is up in this valley. And that is where Morton's gonna be. Where are we at now? 5.1 hours. So closing in on 2 hours total since we started the journey. Nearing the edge of Washington. But then we're just going to skirt along Washington, along the Columbia River. Definitely have enough daytime to get past Mount St. Helens. So just to show you on the map right now, we are in this area, about to cross over here. And then we got Mount St. Helens there. And I kind of want to go over that. And then we've got to figure out, I don't want to go all the way that way. So I think we just got to come down here. Maybe there. It's,
Oscar November 5 traffic is 7 o'clock 4 miles at 2,400 feet generic. Report them in sight.
Okay. Let's see if we can find them.
Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Expect ILS
They're at 2,400.
transition. Clear to Agnes Southwest 2155.
4 o'clock at 2,400. I ain't gonna be able to see that. They're running into a mountain. Not in sight.
Cessna Oscar November 5 traffic not in sight.
It's 7 o'clock, not 4 o'clock. What do I care if they're behind me? Oh, there they are. Alright. We found them. I was looking on the wrong side.
Cessna Oscar November 5
Clocks
traffic
are
in sight.
difficult. So what is that? And why are they so low? Apparently they're doing the same thing we are. Going to Mount St. Helens. Isn't that American Airlines?
2155 contact Seattle Center on 126.6.
They're passing us. Why are they so low?
126.6 Southwest 2155.
Unless they are randomly landing at whatever the hell this town was. Morton, do not believe they would be. I don't know what AAL is. So Morton is down there in that valley, I believe. Yeah. Do not see the airport. Looking for it, don't see it. I don't know why that plane is so low. Something's messed up. So it should be climbing. And getting bounced around again. But we are getting pretty damn close to Mount St. Helens now. Fuel check. Still doing just fine on that. Definitely can make it to Portland if we need to. Biggest thing is going to be the sun. pretty big cliff into the lake. I feel like this plane is going to run straight into Mount St. Helens. I do not see their flight level being high enough. I don't know what's going on with it. This is why I don't fly with the traffic on. Weird things happen. But it's kind of lonely out here, flying across the country. So we'll just watch this plane fly into a volcano. 6,500. Just double check that what we're flying over to the west is not going to be an issue. 4,760 looks to be the biggest. 4,009. So we're fine there. I don't think that flight's going to survive. Unless we're just getting a weird angle on it. I don't know if AI airplane can crash. We might see it bounce off a hill. It's definitely going quicker. Yeah, they still got some altitude, but I don't know about this stuff up. Is that Alaska?
Alaska Flight 906 Seattle Center. Continue as planned.
No, it's not.
Delta 183, 7 you are 64 miles south. Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 16 right approach via gain transition. Cleared to gain.
Alright, more bouncing around.
Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 16 right approach via Agony transition. Cleared to Agony Delta 1837.
Got a bit of clouds forming up as well. That's
Delta
not good.
1837 contact Seattle Center on 126.6.
for Delta 1837.
Do not need any cloud buildup right now.
Seattle Center, Alaska 1462 is passing 16,700 feet, descending 10,000 feet. Alaska 1462 Seattle Center altimeter 29.72 continue as planned.
So if we keep heading in this direction, we can kind of avoid Portland, but we still got a long ways to go, I think, if we do avoid Portland. Oh, this is a difficult decision. Planning on the fly is not very good. Where's the sun at now? It hasn't dropped too much. We might be okay. It's just gonna be a long ass flight. But you gotta do a few long ass flights in order to get to Florida. But I think doing it in a 152 adds a bit of uniqueness to it. And that flight has gotten far enough away from us, or... Nope, there it is. It's still...
Alaska Flight 906 contact Seattle Center on 126.6.
It just... Yeah, it's there. I think it might be going through some mountains now. because the lights disappeared for a bit. That's interesting. They chose a weird spot to fly that low. Yep. Just going through the mountains. Good job, Flight Sim. So yeah, Mount St. Helens doesn't look all that great. Maybe as we get closer it will. You can see where the whole landslide and everything happened. Right down here and then into the lake area. Now there should be a lake down in here, and I think they were one lake at a time. But then as we get to this valley, I think you're going to see a lot of debris. Not debris, but it's going to be, you know, this gray dirt that hasn't really grown back all the way. And then just past that, we see another volcano coming into the picture. And which one is that? Hood? It's probably Hood. Take a screenshot. I'm not sure if I'm using screenshots or just a single image or the thumbnail for all of them. Accidentally hit the throttle as well. More bouncing around here, and you can see all the debris came down this valley. There's one part of the lake, the other part of the lake, and the debris all the way down. Just a massive amount of power to do that. And obviously now there's drainage through that and it's cutting into that, but just crazy. Unfortunately, when I came here, I drove onto the wrong side of it, so I didn't get the cool view. I'm guessing that's like a visitor center there. But yeah, so much land moved into this area. This little valley looks pretty neat though. All right, well.
126.6 Delta 3904.
We have now seen Mount St. Helens.
Seattle Center on 126.6. Exojet 760 contact Seattle Center on 126.6.
We're gonna get bucked around quite a bit.
Contact Seattle Center on 126.6.
These mountains are getting large.
Going to 126.6 exojet 760.
And we are very small. Alright, let's figure out where this private field is and maybe land at it.
Generic tree, Quebec Sierra.
Guessing we're not going to see it, but if we do, we'll definitely land there in this flight at a decent time, not let it go too long. Mountain's looking really good now that we got closer to it. So that goes up to 8,300. We're at 6,200. Dropped a couple of feet. None of these are too big for us, though. We got, I think that's Merrill Lake. Probably right there. Not a whole lot of discolorization over here, just drainage. Most everything went that way. Really cool valley. So this looks like an old caldera. Definitely looks like something. Alright, so we've got this bigger lake here, and I think if we can see what looks like an airfield, it might be a grass strip, might be a dirt strip, who knows. I think we'll go ahead and land there because, well, hell, it's really not that far to the edge of Portland. We are getting bounced. Jesus. I'm gonna have a headache when this is over. Backside of the mountain looks really good. Bit of smooth air. So we've got a lot of flat land coming up, and we just need to figure out what the best place for us to land is. There's just not a lot of airports where I need them. So we're gonna come over here. We'll have to do a bunch of dropping in order to get to it, if we even see it. We'll see if we can find this private field. Lots of deforestation around here. That's a crazy peak there. Yeah, I was somewhere when I went and drove around. I think I was somewhere back here. And holy crap, the roads were falling apart. There was bits that just like a quarter of the road had fallen off. And that was probably one of the scariest drives I've done. Alright, smoother air. Somewhere down here. I don't think we're going to be able to see it. Hell, I barely saw the one in Monroe. Things are starting to turn a bit orange as the sun gets a little lower. There might be something there. It's gonna be better than having to fly clear over here. It's a good thing about flying something small, although it's gonna take forever. Hell, if I find a patch of flat land, we could land on it. Have room to descend and circle around if we do spot it.
Cessna Oscar November 5 contact Portland approach on 124.35.
124.35 Cessna Oscar November 5. Portland approach Cessna Kilo November Echo Echo Bravo Oscar November 5 5,900 feet.
We've dropped some air.
Kilo November Echo Echo Bravo Oscar November 5 Portland approach altimeter 29.72 continue as planned.
Good on fuel though. No issues on that. We're at the point now where we need to land definitely before it gets dark. But looking at this, I do not see and there might be a grass strip right there. Not sure we're gonna risk that. So it might be another 30 minutes of flying. If you're watching at this point, I don't think you really care too much. Definitely if you've made it this far. Yeah, I think it might just be a grass strip, and that's going to be really hard to actually pick out what is the runway. I mean, I'm assuming something along here. Maybe that. Now on the other side of the lake, there is another private strip. Yeah, I mean, that might be a runway. We'll just keep on going, though. At this point, it's going to take us a long time just to drain off all the speed. Although that'd be a neat place to land with that big ass hill on the side, but Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the runway. Well, let's go to plan B. We got Sutton Strip. And then... I don't know. I mean, we're getting close to Portland, so we might start seeing some airports. Yeah, that's just hard to tell where the runway is. I'm gonna guess that, because it looks like there's a little hangar there. But we'll just keep on digging. Now the other one is supposed to be here somewhere. Actually, it's supposed to be around here, but I'm not seeing anything that sticks out as a landing strip. So I think we're going to land somewhere around Vancouver, Washington. Still won't be getting out of Washington State, but nearly there. And we're getting a little bit back to civilization, so... Oh, you know what? That's an airport there, but a bit too far. Having to get down and land like that. I mean, at this point, we're nearly there, so let's go find some other airports. We can drop some altitude, which we're gonna do. And apparently, whatever I'm tuned to is picking up on stuff. Let's go ahead and make sure, well, we got our landing lights on the whole time. Got those on. Don't need that yet. Kind of started heading back to the west. We don't need to do that. I do see an airport up there, it looks like. Straight ahead. So we're just gonna head in that direction, and that is where we're gonna land. What that airport is, maybe Cedars North? I honestly do not know. Do not have a good enough map to figure this one out. We are at 5.6 hours. Fuel just under half a tank. We're dropping down 100 feet a minute. Probably speed that up a little. Overcorrection. I actually don't know if that is an airport there. It might have just been the way everything was reflecting off of the propeller. Alright, I see a lake up there. Where is that lake? That is on the other side of town, it looks like. So... we definitely got a ton of airports up here that we can choose from. We'll find one, and we might actually just have one right there. We'll just go all the way to town, rather than trying to dip down and land at something that may just be a field. Try to find where Portland International is, which should be somewhere here. I'm confused by this lake here. I don't think I'm seeing the right thing. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's actually a grass strip or a long field. We got some photogrammetry coming in. So we're getting to a decent sized city, Vancouver. Let's figure out what direction we're heading. Heading straight south. And it is nearing 8 o'clock. I know this is a bit cheaty to use the outside view, but yeah, I don't think that was a strip. Would have just been landing in a field, and then I wouldn't have been able to retake off there, because I wouldn't be able to load into some random ass field I decided to land in. Alright, there is an airport by that lake. And then there's another one just across the river, and that is Portland Troutdale. I think we're going to head to that one, Portland Troutdale. So let's go ahead and cancel flight following.
Portland approach Cessna Oscar November 5, cancel flight following.
Start dropping altitude.
Portland approach, cancellation received. Squawk 1200. Frequency change approved.
The nearest airport. You can see how many different airports around here. Here we are.
Tower Cessna Kilo November Echo Echo Bravo Oscar November 514 miles north 5,200 feet to land.
Cessna Kilo November Echo Echo Bravo Oscar November 5 Portland Tower. Altimeter 29.73, wind 240 at 7. Enter right traffic, runway 25.
And I have no idea what right traffic means.
Fire right downwind runway 25 Cessna Oscar November 5.
Yeah, we're landing 25, so that's going to be to the west, so we do need to come over to here and then make a right. So this lake, and then over there is the airport. I'm not sure it's going to be photogrammetry. It looks like it might run out right there. Sun is definitely dropping a little quicker now. to 4,500. Trying to spot the airport. And it's in photogrammetry, so that's good. Seeing a river going into the big river. That looks like that's on the east side of the airport. We're booking it now, 110. And then we're just going to follow this river on the next trip, unless I decide something different. Still looking for that airport. Those two little lakes are just at the end of the runway, so it's got to be these two little lakes here. It's got to be right there. And mixture up. Elevation is looking like around 250, 280. Still haven't spotted the runway, but a bit far out. I haven't seen that other airport that I was talking about by the lake. Unless it is, I don't know. I can't find an airport today. At least the ones that I want to go to. Let's hop outside real quick. Oh, there's that airport. We're heading over here. Get out of Washington. Got an airplane straight ahead of us. Can see the lights on it. It was dropped again there. We're at 3,000. How have I not been able to spot the runway yet? Maybe I am looking in the wrong spot. Looking for runways in all the wrong places. Oops. Another airplane out there.
November 5, wind 293 at 8. Cleared to land runway 25.
Alright.
Clear to land runway 25.
If we can find it.
Oscar, November 5.
Hoping once we turn this way, we'll be able to spot it somewhere. Oh, wait, I see it. Just right there, the end of the runway, blinking light, and then paved runway there. We're good there. We're definitely a little high right now. That's okay, we still got a bit till I'm gonna turn. Then landing straight into the sun. Drop us back down to 110. Turn it a little bit. Really, really cool. Sun's going down. Wish we were a little bit later getting here. I think we'd have a cool sunset and reflection on the river. Got an airplane up over there. I don't know what NKS is. I guess that might just... No, I think that might be a cargo. Alright, airport in sight. Nice, cool looking approach as we come over the river. Got the interstate, I think, to the left of the river. We're gonna be lined up. Okay, might have overshot it. A little high at the moment. Got planes flying into Portland. Bring this thing down, slow it down. Lead off some of the speed. That got her to drop a bit. Looking for a red light on the right. Not finding the red light. Feel like I'm getting too low. I'm just gonna go at the angle I want to. So I know what these trees are gonna do to me. We're kind of skidding off to the left of the runway. A little rudder to the right. There we go. Staying up. I don't want to get close to these trees. Though it says I can get closer, I don't think so. Pull the power. There we go. Just above where we need to be. Late flaps. Smoothly land it here. Not on center line. Smooth enough though. There you go. We are in Oregon.
Cessna Oscar November 5, turn next taxiway. Cessna Oscar November 5, contact ground on 121.8.
Yeah, I don't think we're in contact ground. Lights. Nothing really looks like general aviation. I mean, it all looks like it, but doesn't.
Cessna, Oscar November 5, please acknowledge.
Yep.
121.8 for Cessna Oscar November 5.
Yeah, we'll go park up over here. Alright, so fuel level, about a quarter of a tank. I was going to go to the left of the plane, but felt like we weren't going to have room. park it here? So that looks like an office building over there. Alright. Put the parking brake on. Cut the engine. I didn't turn my landing lights on because that is something I always forget. And we kill the battery. It's going to go ahead and tell us this. We're going to continue. And I am actually going to look at fuel this time. We're at 38%, 5.31 gallons on both sides. So I will remember that. And we are good. Nice little flight. Let's shut off the fuel. Take a look at everything. Go ahead. Put the flaps up. Need the battery for flaps. There we go. Alright, well, let's just take a bit of a look around since we're here. See what's in the area. And yeah, this river is really cool. You got these guys flying into Portland International, landing there. Got the interstate right here, so I've definitely driven past this airport. And yeah, welcome to Portland, the edge of it. And the next flight, we're heading up that way. And let's see. I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but I think it's going to be the easiest way to start heading west. And, I mean, we did a really big flight today, because we came from pretty much here all the way down to here. That was a long flight, because last time we only went from there to there. So, I think we can get off here somewhere. But again, we're not going to have a whole lot of anything. So the best might be getting to Umatilla. Is that how you say that? And then who knows from there. That's going to take some more planning as we get into the higher elevation stuff. But we might do all the way to there, or might start cutting diagonal and come out into the middle of nowhere. Not sure yet. I will think about it, change my mind. Definitely not going to be today, though, because that was a lot of flying. One thing I forgot, so let's look at the hours on this. We are at 5.8 hours now. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed that flight. We will be back next week with the next leg of this, and eventually, sometime, end up in Florida. How many weeks that's going to take, I don't know. But definitely going to be quite a few. So, thanks for watching.